Hey guys, and welcome back to Farm Life with Kids. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing/review on a live bush that I purchased on Amazon. So here is the shrub that I purchased from PIXIES garden over on Amazon, and it says to be a Brightwell Rabbiteye blueberry shrub, one that is most reliable, blueberries good for eating and baking, and it comes in a 5-gallon size. So I paid $79.99 for this blueberry bush. It does not come in a pot. It comes wrapped, so the root ball is wrapped. And you have other options if you don't want to get something so expensive or so big. Go ahead and check them out. They do deliver very fast, and there's very good communication with the sellers, so I do highly recommend them. Okay, so here in the seller's description, I can see that the shrub reaches its full height quickly and can produce up to 15 pounds of berries each year. It requires full sun, and the height is approximately 6 to 9 feet tall. And here's what I received in the mail, you guys. I am so excited for this bush. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom. Like I said earlier, it does not come in a container. It comes with its root ball wrapped in napkins and that plastic wrap. It is secured onto the box, and they went ahead and put that plastic pipe standing upwards. That way it could hold the box up and make sure that there is less of a chance of it being damaged. And it's just so much bigger than I thought it would be. I was not expecting it to be this big. As you can see, it even has this huge branch that is just sticking out of the box. And overall, it looks healthy. Okay, so now I'm going to begin to remove the tape and take the bush out of the box. Okay, so meanwhile I do that, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about this blueberry variety. This Brightwell blueberry plant performs best in southern states of the US due to their abilities to withstand high heat and tolerate drought. This plant is highly productive and grows vigorously while also being adaptable to most conditions. Rabbiteye blueberries are self-fruiting, but it is recommended to plant more than one variety for the best fruit production. This Brightwell variety that I have here can pair well with several others like Tiff Blue or Premier for cross-pollination. For me, this here is my second Brightwell blueberry bush, but I do plan on purchasing more of other varieties. Okay, so I have the blueberry bush out of the box now, and I found a couple of blueberries, which is really great. And right now, I'm just going to take a few minutes to inspect the rest of the bush to make sure that none of the branches are broken or damaged. Obviously, because the bush has been in a box for a few days, some of the branches got kind of stuck together, so right here I'm just stretching them out. Luckily, none of the branches were broken or damaged. Alright, so now I'm ready to go ahead and cut through the plastic wrap and expose the root ball. And while I get that going, let's just talk a little bit more about the bush. So this bush has an upright growth habit that produces foliage and fruit vigorously with a height that can reach up to 10 feet. Flowering starts in early spring, and you can expect an abundance of ripe berries in mid to late summer. And in the fall, the leaves will turn a beautiful shade of red. This, of course, will be my first season with this bush, so I don't expect a big harvest. The bush will first need to establish to its new environment. When ordering plants online or even from nurseries, you need to be patient and care for them well to ensure a great season the following year. Okay, so now I've got a glimpse of the soil and it feels nice and moist. And for soil, I got some Miracle-Gro moisture control potting mix. Please remember that this soil does not have the ideal pH for growing blueberries. Stick around to see what I'll be adding to make the soil more acidic. As far as my container, I went ahead and got this barrel. It is plastic and I got it from Walmart for about $15 or so. So like I mentioned earlier, the roots are very moist and that is a good sign. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to loosen them up a bit because they are a little compacted. But other than that, everything looks really well. And I went ahead and filled the bottom of my container with soil. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put the bush on top and backfill the rest. Now here I have pre-soaked some of my Miracle-Gro potting mix and I added some bark. And to that, I'll be adding this down-to-earth all-natural fertilizer. It is an acid mix with the ratios 4:3:6. I don't have a lot left because I used it on some of my acidic soil-loving trees and shrubs outside. But I have this much left and I'll be adding it and mixing it up onto this soil. And I will be adding more as soon as I get my next order. All there is to do now is just backfill the container. Meanwhile, let's talk a little bit more about the soil. So Rabbiteye blueberries are one of the few crops that require very special soil. A pH of about 4.5 to 5.5 is required for good plant growth. The plants will not live in soils that have a pH above 5.5. And now here we are outside, where I'll be keeping my blueberry bush next to the other one that was also from PIXIES Gardens. And I won't be keeping it in direct sunlight, although it says full sun. Just because when you get your plants, especially if they're being shipped, you want to make sure that you acclimate them slowly to prevent shock and also to just slowly acclimate them to your environment and your climate. It is also important to mention that blueberries require chill time, meaning they will need to spend a certain amount of time out in the winter to make them go dormant and then wake back up in spring. For this Brightwell variety, the chill time requirement is 350 to 400 hours. Now the only thing that was kind of bugging me about this bush is the fact that it has this long branch that has no leaves anywhere but the top. So what I'm going to be doing is just pruning it off at the level where the other branches are. And that is it for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any of my posts. I will see you on the next one. Bye!